Gets me through my morning every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
A couple of US astronauts about to get back to Earth after a longer than expected stint in space.
Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore are scheduled to be just hours away from a long-awaited return to Earth after an incredible 9 months in space. So initially they went in June, but they were like 8 days, guys, tops.
Max,
8 guys.
max, 8 days max.
And then nearly 10 months later, they are making their long-awaited return. The thing that sticks with me about this is her hair. For the entire time that they've crossed to them in space, it's been like on an end.
Yeah.
So I guess the first thing she'd want to do is get her roots touched up when she gets back to Earth.
100%, her roots are out of control.
And then maybe just run a GHD through that bad boy, don't you reckon?
Yes, absolutely.
Speaking of as well, weird segue, but do you think that they fell in love?
I don't know. You know that it makes me.
Do you reckon?
Makes me think about that. You know that expression. I would not sleep with you if you were the last person on Earth. Well, what about in space?
What if you're the last person in space?
How do you do it in space?
Oh, great question.
No, we cover up the cameras for a start.
You couldn't get that suit on and off easy,
No.
surely.
Yeah, and when you're floating around as well, it's hard to get sort of, the gravity points. I don't want to get bogged down in details, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
It's tough.
I mean, getting that right on Earth is difficult enough for you, isn't it?
13, 24, 10, when have you had in space? No, we're not doing that.
So extraordinary scenes. But you were right about the muscle atrophy because they've been floating around for so long. They've been doing exercise and things in space, but it'll take 6 weeks worth of rehabilitation to get them back reacclimatised to being back on Earth. The other thing is space food. Can't imagine it'd be that good. Plain food's awful.
Do you remember Space Sticks when you were a kid?
No.
The confectionery Space Sticks?
Oh, no.
It was awful, but their whole marketing campaign was this is what they eat in space. And you're like, it's not even nice, but I'm eating it because that's what the astronauts eat.
Geez, you fell for some marketing stuff on the farm, didn't you?
Big time.
Oh, my God. So let's do this. 13, 24, 10. When did you get stranded somewhere? We'd love to hear from you.
We've got a nice early call. Philip, good morning to you, mate.
Oh, hello.
Hello there,
Phil.
Philip.
I got stranded in the pantry of our house.
What do you mean?
Happens there. Happens.
Here's the funny part, reason why. At the time we had a dog, a little Maltese Shih Tzu cross called Lucy. It was my mum's dog, technically the family dog. But she knew that if you were going in the pantry, she would get a treat.
Oh.
So I didn't want her begging. I tried to sneak into the pantry.
Gotcha. Yep.
And so as I'm in the pantry looking for my food, I can hear the little click-clack of this rat running towards the pantry door on the tiles.
Yeah.
She jumps up and pushes the pantry door shut on me.
Nice, Lucy. Well done.
And there is no handle on the inside of that pantry door.
And so obviously...
Thankfully, though, because I was a teenager at the time, I had my phone with me at all times, so I was able to call my mum and say, can you please come and let me out? The dog's just trapped me.
What was the total time, Philip, that you were stuck in the pantry?
Oh, it wouldn't have been 10 minutes.
Okay.
But in that time, because you think that you're trapped, you think, oh, well, this is my life now.
Yeah.
And these are my supplies, and I don't have much time left.
It's like a little doomsday exercise, isn't it? Well, thank you so much.
Where were you stranded? Off the back of these astronauts who are finally returning to Earth after, 9, almost 10 months in space? It was supposed to be 8 days.
That's crazy.
Take more calls next.
Where did you get stranded, Sarah? Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful people. How are we?
We're good, thank you. This sounds horrific. What happened?
I'm still traumatised, yes. No. So, our family was travelling in Europe in 2018, and part of that Euro trip was in London. So, at the time, our children my son was 6, and my daughter had literally just turned 13 while we were over there.
Yeah.
So I thought that it would be a lovely occasion to take the children into London on the tube and have a bit of a sightsee around London. So I have been to England before, so I was very, very aware of when you get on the tube, you get on and you get on quick.
Yes.
Those doors slam shut and they are relentless.
Yep.
So I had primed my children about this. So I was holding my son's hands in one hand and my daughter's in the other. And I've shoved him on the front of the train and I've gone to get in. And then as my daughter is proceeding to walk in, the door's shut. So rather than jumping on, she has jumped backwards back onto the platform. The doors have slammed shut and the tube has taken off. So I am screaming, going, stop the train! Stop the train! And everyone's just sitting there ignoring me. And I'm like waving out the window, trying to like say, stay there, like I'll come back. I'm beside myself going, I don't even know if this train is express. I don't know where the next stop is. I don't know how the hell I can get back to my daughter. So what felt like an eternity later, we got off at the next stop to then go, okay, well, that's great that I'm at this platform, but does the train that's going back the other way, is that an express? Does that stop at the next stop to get me back? So I just winged it and I got on the next train that was going the other way back. I get back to that same platform and my daughter was not there. So I get off the train to then see this little head poke around the corner because it was so busy. She went and stepped around the corner so I couldn't see her. She's walked out. I've burst into tears. She's given me a big hug and sort of like was very beside herself too.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, my daughter got stranded on a platform in London.
Oh my
What
gosh.
could possibly go wrong in the subway in London as a 13-year-old by yourself?
Sarah, have you ever
With no mobile phone.
Oh, that's the other thing. Have you ever felt a feeling like that before? Because I'd imagine there's nothing that could beat it. It would be the most disgusting feeling a parent could feel.
No, and you know what? I still reflect on it every now and again now that goes exactly like you said. You're like, all of the things that could have gone wrong. I'm like, oh my God, like she didn't have a phone because it's like, yes, she had a mobile phone but didn't have a SIM. So she couldn't ring me. I didn't know like where she was. And I'm just winging it going, dear God, please let her still be there safe. And, you know.
I'm surprised
So, yeah.
I'm surprised no one helped you though, Sarah. That's the thing. Like,
I just couldn't believe it because it's just like, you know, over there it's like express and that it's just the door shut and that's just the norm and everyone's just sitting there reading their book and there's no emergency stop button and I'm just like, hello people, can you
lost
not
my
just
kid.
see what's happened? Like we've just lost a child on the platform.
Oh.
And even like, you know, the window for the driver, I'm like, here in Australia, you know, they look out on the platform and can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
there, I'm just like, are you blind?
Oh,
like,
my
what the hell is this on the platform?
awful. Thank you, Sarah.
Can we have a bit of a vent? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm 39 years old, and I think I've just about had it with workplace catchphrases and buzzwords, those wanky work terms.
Yes.
That just drive you insane. Oh, my gosh.
I think there's one I've been known to use, and that's just touching base.
Oh, let's just touch base.
Let's just touch base.
I do.
I don't know why we don't say let's just catch up.
That's
I
a
do
good one.
touch base a lot.
Oh, you love a touch base via an email, don't you there, Producer Molly?
It's not good.
Oh, some good ones as well. And if you Google them, it's universal.
Yes.
It's not just in this country. It's not just in this city. It's absolutely everywhere. Can we go through a few of them?
Yeah, there's one that I have never heard of. Boil the ocean, which is allegedly an over-dramatic way of saying something is too ambitious. So
Okay.
you can't boil the ocean.
No, tough gig boiling the ocean.
Someone said that to me, I'll be like, what? What?
There's one that I hear frequently, and that is move the needle. What are we doing to move the needle?
yeah.
And I think we both spoke about this. I thought this was just a radio
I
term.
thought it was just a radio thing, like move the dial, you know, like so make people switch from one station to another. What are we doing to make people do that?
Yeah.
I thought that was just a uniquely radio thing.
No, it's not. It's universal.
Apparently everyone's moving the needle.
Yeah, apparently. They're at least trying to. The other one as well is something that everyone says. It's one at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And also people talking about it being a game changer. Oh, this is the game changer.
Right.
Yeah.
We would love to take your calls on 13 24 10. We'd love to hear from you this morning.
Please hit us up. I've got no doubt that somebody has been on the end of an email like this.
Okay.
And just see if you can spot all of the wanky work terms in this, Joe.
All right.
It's from a manager just trying to unify the group so we all work together. We're all in synergy, trying to achieve the same goal. Hi, everyone. If I could just take this opportunity to circle back on the topic we spoke about last week, I really feel like if we give it 110%, we can move the needle and drill down on the key topics. Let's stay flexible, let's be ready to pivot and drill down if needed. Please keep me in the loop with any changes. All the best, Andrew. P.S. Teamwork makes the dream work. And doesn't that just get the guys together to really achieve the company goal?
Yeah, that was very motivational, actually.
You on board now?
Also, I love your email voice too.
It's good, isn't it? It's quite sarcastic.
Yeah.
Are you feeling those vibes?
Let's go to Maddie this morning. Hey, Maddie, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Okay, what's the wanky work phrase that you dislike heavily?
Let's unpack this.
Oh, yes. Let's unpack this.
Okay. Who uses that in your workplace? You don't have to name names.
No, do it.
Probably myself, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh, Maddie.
Maddie, come on. You're not winning friends in your workplace.
What do you mean?
Are you the
when-
manager?
What do you mean when you say that?
Yeah. I'm a manager, so I don't know what it comes out like word vomit sometimes. And I think because I've been exposed to it myself in previous managers, so
Yeah.
it's addictive.
Maddie, as a manager, do you sometimes, and I just have to be very careful because Boss Josh is in the studio, but do you sometimes feel like you have to fill the space with words, and so you just have to come up with phrases and things just to say things to make it sound like you know what you're doing?
Yeah, you're like, I think outside the box.
Absolutely.
Touch base, low-hanging fruit, take it offline. Fill up the gaps.
Let's play in the sandbox, etc., etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good morning, Shelley. How you doing?
Morning, guys. Good. How are you?
Good. What's the work phrase that does your head in?
Well, there was a couple where I used to work ages ago, and one was our GM would always say, "Let's address the elephant in the room."
Oh, yes.
And I thought they were talking about me.
Yeah. How dare you?
And then our financial guy, when he used to send emails, always used to put EOM at the end of his emails, and we were thinking, what the heck is that? And it ended up just being end of message. So it's pretty obvious when your signature's at the bottom, but anyway.
Yeah, I think that's unnecessary information.
Why don't you just use a full stop, man?
Yeah.
EOM.
Oh, well, that's it. Well, I used to put EAD in the end, and everyone eventually figured it out.
Oh, got it.
We're not going to get Shelley to explain what that means. Oh, you might want to jump onto Urban Dictionary for that one. Let's go to our car.
Shelley suggesting that he snack on something, perhaps. I don't know.
Warning, the following segment is for mature audiences only and may contain adult content, graphic language and nudity. Not that you'll see it. If easily offended, well, you're about to find out just how easily.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jodie and Hayes's Naughty at 6:40.
Naughty.
Ah, yes. Finally a space where Jodie Oddie can be herself. Really, really talk from the heart and soul. It's the Naughty at 6:40. It's where we're a little bit blue, a little bit more risque before we straighten up to 7 o'clock.
I love it the one time that I come to the party and go, I've got something for the Naughty at 6:40. You're like, oh,
You're like,
she loves it.
Like, oh, my God. Look at this one, eh? Oh, keep a leash on it.
Oh, my God. She is so obsessed with the Naughty at 6:40. I had one little story to tell you, and here we are. Anyway, can I ask you a question, Andrew Hayes?
Sure.
When did you first work out how babies were made?
After my second born. I would say late primary school.
Okay. And how? How did this information come about? Was it just you and your little dirty mates talking behind the stalls in year 6?
Do you know what? I think it was my sister that told me.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Ooh.
in a very, very educational purpose. I don't think...
Dirty bird from way back.
I don't think, and trust me, there's no sort of weird sort of Tassie vibes going on in the country. I don't think mum or dad sat me down and gave me the chat about the birds and the bees.
See, that's sad because they had the perfect opportunity with all those animals on the farm. They could have just taken little Andrew out and said, look, see those cows, see what they're doing?
Oh, I thought they were just, it was a failed game of leapfrog.
So my sister-in-law was telling me how her son, so my nephew, decided to, on the way home from school, tell her how babies are made, which was a fascinating story and a fascinating tale. And he said, so Mum, I've got something to tell you. Like, it was the biggest thing in the world. And she's like, yes, Eddie, go for it. And he was like, right, so I found out how babies are made. And this is what happens.
Alarm bells.
And this is what happens. So a mummy and a daddy, and they meet and they fall in love, right? And then he puts his penis in her vagina and leaves it there for 9 months.
Good. Do you know what? It's not far from the truth.
It's not. And if you're a woman who's ever been pregnant, that's exactly how it feels. You've just been screwed for 9 months. We quite like to rag on Gen Zers sometimes, but some of this stuff is quite ingenious because Gen Z workers have revealed the ways that they're stealing company time by task masking.
Well done, guys.
It's basically where employees make themselves look busier than they are. For example, one 26-year-old said, get your email up on your full screen and then get your ebook up. So I presume that's a book that you can read, like a Kindle.
Yep.
minimise it to the size of an email preview and read it all day. My girlfriend read 74 books at her desk last year.
Very good. On company time. Perfect.
That is not bad. Meanwhile, 27-year-old Maisie disguises her on-the-clock yoga classes as medical appointments.
Very good. That's
Got
good.
an appointment.
Sorry,
When I
guys.
say I'm going to the gym, you know the gym, which really is just I go to get facials, but I tell my husband, because it's called the gym, you can get away with saying I'm going to the gym.
There you go. It's nice to be in a spot where we're talking about Gen Z and we're really applauding them. Congratulations, guys.
You would have been a genius at this stuff, I reckon.
Oh, my gosh. I'm just going to say, because it's in different states, so it doesn't matter, does it, right?
No.
I'm not going to get in trouble.
No.
My first job as a 19-year-old was working at the Greenwood Hotel in North Sydney, and it's a big establishment.
Yeah.
Really cool, classy
And I'll
place.
tell you why you're not going to get in trouble, because you were 19 and now you're 38, so we're all good here.
Oh, thanks, Joe. I'm actually 39. I appreciate taking a year off.
There's actually a statute of limitations as to how long you can get in trouble from the Greenwood Hotel for.
Anyway, I
It's
embezzled $12 million. No, would that get me in trouble? That's not what happened. What I used to do was, and I was living with two other blokes at the time, and we were not very fancy in the way that we lived.
Okay.
I would steal a single glass each and every shift.
Whoa,
Now,
brilliant.
whether that was a pint glass,
Yep.
a schooner glass, a cocktail glass,
Okay.
and a shot glass.
Okay.
And by the end of it, I had like 10 pint glasses, 10 schooner glasses, the most outrageously perfect set of cocktail glasses as well, and all these shot glasses. We had the best glassware for 3 poor 19-year-olds you could possibly come across.
Incredible. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much. We also used to sit there because we were very, very intelligent. I remember sitting in the toilet and getting my calculator out and just calculating how much money I was making per second while sitting in the toilet for 2 hours
Right. On the company dime.
on the company dime.
I don't think I've told you about this before, but before I studied journalism and media, I did nursing for 6 months.
I didn't know that.
I knew I hadn't told you that.
Wow. That's why you're so loving and caring, I guess.
No, that's why I didn't
Lol.
complete my nursing. I didn't complete my nursing degree because what they do is they put you in the nursing homes to weed out the ones that are serious about being compassionate and caring for people.
Yes.
And the ones that are like, no, thank you. I don't want to wipe Mr. Graham's bottom in room 32.
Yes.
Thank you anyway.
And you're part of the latter.
And so when I had to wipe Mr. Graham's bottom in room 32, I would go round the side and read a magazine. I would just disappear. Just disappear. And no one seemed to ask where I was.
What? Until the fact that Mr. Graham started developing DAGs.
Tasmania FC, the much anticipated new football club in the AFL, has revealed the name and look of its mascot on the first anniversary of the announcement of the new club's name and colours. His name is Rumman, and he is indeed a Tasmanian devil.
Hang on a second. Rumman. Can you take us through the origins of that? There's got to be some sort of significance. It's a very quirky name.
Bit of a Hobart thing. So my grandparents used to call me a little Rumman and ruffle me on the head when I was a kid. It's like a little devil, like someone a little bit eccentric and cheeky.
Okay, so that's exclusively a Tasmanian thing, just like the NBL side, the jack jumpers.
Yes.
A lot of people still trying to work out what a jack jumper is. It's a
The
little ant.
jackies.
Yeah, there you go, Producer Molly.
There we go. So he's made from recycled materials, which is so we're very close to the to the pristine Antarctica, and we like to keep things clean of climate change, etc., etc. That's very
course.
Tasmanian.
Yeah.
Recycled old school clothes, and weirdly enough, his face is made of an old leather jacket.
Classic. Which is strange because you don't see much sundown in Tasmania.
No, exactly. So, look, the brief was to not make him terrifying, but I think we've got mixed results. It was made in conjunction with a puppeteers organisation. So my first thought was, well, a little bit scary. But what's interesting about old Rumman is they wheeled him out last night, and then he would eat a football, so he ate a Sharon, and then he would turn around and poop it out.
Classic Rumman. Every single time it's like, I'm just going to go have a kick with Rumman. Oh, he's eating it and pooping it out again.
He's eating the footy once again. And he's also got knee pads. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, what's going on there? Is he some sort of skateboarder?
No, that's a nod to there's a famous football oval in Queensland, which is like northwestern Tasmania, and it's a gravel oval.
What?
Completely gravel. There's no grass on it.
Why?
Because it's a mining town and they couldn't grow grass, so therefore they just play on gravel.
Hang on, but do they still do it? Do you know they still play football there?
Yeah, they do.
Oh my gosh, your poor knees.
No, it's not. I've seen pictures this morning of some of the players with blood just pouring from their kneecaps.
A Tassie Devils are supposed to be terrifying, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what sound a Tassie Devil makes?
Yeah, it's like it's sort of
No, I think that's generous. I think that's actually a lovely version of a Tassie devil. Have you heard them? Listen to this.
Okay, now, if you could
They're
just
designed to be ferocious.
if you could just get me the sound of a Tassie devil pooping out a Sharon, that'd be great.
At the same time. Let me work on that behind the scenes.